Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing God of War 1 on God difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on part 25, Poseidon's Chamber, and we've got two parts, including this one, that are going to be defined by a particular fight. This part is going to be defined by the fight that takes place once you get back into this area. So, what you're going to be involved in when you get up here is some Cerberus, 2 in number, and before that you're just going to be fighting some little of the pups. So the pups themselves, I think they can be skipped if you like, and I always do like to do the fight, so I don't skip things when I play. So what you're going to see is probably a lot of me using the Medusa magic, the Gorgon magic, which is still at level 1. By the end of the next video, we will have enough to upgrade the blades to level 5. But once you get up to this area, you're going to be in this little chamber here with all of these dog shitters. So what you can do is just freeze them all and kill them very quickly. I imagine since they're the little ones that they could turn into the big ones. I've never had that happen over here because I've always just killed them really quickly. But it's a difficult room to survive because there's just so many of them, and when you grab them, you don't seem to really throw them at other people. People, they're little dogs, but you don't seem to. He just kind of throws them away. So everything that happens in this room can be blocked against, but you definitely you want to make sure that if you're not comfortable with the fight that's coming up, you want to save your magic. But I'm hoping that we can get you guys through the next fight without any problems. It isn't that much of a hard situation, honestly. I think this fight's harder, ironically. But do you see how if you had a chance you can just open that door and skip this fight, probably? Don't take my word as gospel truth, though. I'm not sure. I've never done it. I just assume you can skip it. And anyway, so the next room is actually kind of a fun room because once you get rid of the Harpies, you can just focus on the dogs, and bouncing them and launching them and hitting them in the air and throwing them in the air is actually really fun, and it's not very difficult to survive 2 of them. So okay, here we go. So there's a chest full of red orbs over here, not very many from the looks of it, and this door over here. And hell, you might not even get the R2 prompt until you've killed all of the dogs. So I'm not sure. You can try skipping it if you want to, but you will have to pull that lever to get up to where we need to go. But before you get back there, you're gonna have to fight the dogs. And the nice thing about this fight over here too is that you can save it at any time, and it's one of those rare times in this game when you can take advantage of mid-fight saving, because you normally don't even have to. Normally situations really don't come to pass where you have to do that. What am I doing over here? Okay, I decided to just get away from the dog while I dealt with these Harpies. So one of the best ways to do that is to just completely go somewhere where the dog can't reach you, and up there is a great spot. These Harpies, these are the little kamikaze ones that do their little crash dive on the ground and do damage to you. I personally think that when they do that, that should be death to them if it doesn't hit you, or even if it does. When they do that kamikaze dive, the meaning of kamikaze is death by air. So that should be their death. That should just be their death. I don't think they should survive past that. But anyway, once you've taken all of those ones away, you can save your progress after you kill the last Harpy, and then you can respawn if you die, and you won't have to deal with the Harpies anymore. That's what I did. And again, you normally don't have to do that in these games because most of the fights aren't hard so hard that you have to do that. And normally you don't fight near save points anyway. But launching these guys and grabbing them in the air is just the height of fun. It's really fun. So they do have these projectiles that they will send your way. They can be blocked, but unlike God of War 2, you can't parry their projectiles of the Cerberuses. So you need to grab them a couple times, and then that will signify the end. And then you can save it in between each of the dogs too, if you like. So just launch and have fun. It's a really fun enemy to fight, with all of the bouncing and the physics properties. And it's not only is it the height of fun, but it's the height of absurdity too, doing this kind of stuff. Because they just feel like putty in your hands once you get them, you know, warmed up and ready to throw. Looks like this one's dead. So here you'll see another one. There we go. And he's launchable. Now, there are certain times when you can't launch them too. I imagine it's similar to if he's attacking or if he's recovering, you might have a hard time. But although this one, when he's getting bounced, he seems like he can be thrown just as easily as when he's you know, not getting thrown. So like I say, just have fun, and then we'll get out of here. It's an interesting concept if you're one of those people that doesn't like to save it during a fight. That's your own prerogative. You may have noticed that I only saved it just to get rid of the Harpies. I didn't save it in between these two dogs because they're not much of a hard problem to deal with. So that will be Poseidon's Chamber Part 25. The next fight, excuse me, is going to be the main fight. That is, because there are more than one fight. It's going to be a lot of the Legionnaires, the armored ones, and some Harpies in a room that is actually quite difficult, and to do it no damage as I was able to do it is can be frustrating too. But I'll get you through the frustration as best I possibly can. For Part 25, this is Big Benedict Productions signing out, and I will see you in the 26th part. Take care.